Hey everyone, this video is going to be about all the games that I played in 2025, going from the best to the worst, and I stick around for the worst because I think it's going to be a bit controversial. I don't think everyone is going to agree with me on that. And if you don't, I want to know why, because I just think it was absolutely terrible. But we'll leave that till the end if you can tell me what your thoughts are about it. Also, whilst I'm going through it, I want to see in the comments your best 5 you played last year and the worst 5 you played last year, and tell me why as well, because some of them might be on my list and I want to know what your opinion of them are. Anyway, let's not mess about, let's get into it. Starting off with the best game I played last year, easily Dark Souls Remastered, where it all began. People, I get it, Demon Souls is the first one, but people picked up Dark Souls back in the day, and this changed the game, and it's ruined the game for a lot of people because the Souls-like is now the best genre game, in my opinion, by far, and it makes it hard for other people to go back into other games that aren't Souls-like, and I completely understand that. But anyway, Dark Souls, I would give the remastered, I'd give it a 9, and the only reason it's getting a 9 is because I played the original Dark Souls. So this time around was a little bit easier, but only because I knew about it. Otherwise, it'd be a 9.5, pushing 10, because it's just that good for me. It's just brilliant. It just holds up. It holds up still to this day, and no Souls like still can beat it because Dark Souls is just amazing. Boss fights, the lands, and Orlando still looks gorgeous. You know, it's brilliant. So yeah, for me, it's 9.5. Now, if I could pick a bad point about it, I'd struggle. So we won't linger on that. Next up, no surprises whatsoever. Game of the year, Expedition 33. Now, this for me, it's a solid 9. It's a solid 9. There's only a couple of reasons why it gets a 9 and not a 10 for me. This is what Final Fantasy was for me back in the day. And I know everyone's heard this, and everyone wishes this was Final Fantasy, but it was. Final Fantasy X, in my opinion, was the last great Final Fantasy, and this just recaptured all that for me because it was amazing. The story was great, combat was great. You know, the art of it was brilliant, and the soundtrack, the best soundtrack you could possibly get in a game, easily. So yeah, solid 9 for me. The only thing that is bad about it is maybe the map. The map's not the best, and you know it doesn't tell you if you've completed a certain area. But these are just minor things that you just get past this. Next up, best Souls like I've played in a long time, and that's Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Unreal, beautiful looking game, great combat. I love the fact that you can respec things as well, and it doesn't cost you like anything. You can just, if you want to go along with start with a spear, and then halfway through it's like, nah, I want to do swords. No, you can just do it, and it doesn't cost you anything, which is something that should be put more into games. It's also like hard, like the general, the North General, I think it's called, or the General in North. He took something like 30 goals, and that doesn't always happen in Souls like, but it was still fair. It wasn't just like, this is hard for the sake of being hard, you know? But yeah, great game. Easily the best Souls like I played. Probably up there with maybe that and Lies of P, because Lies of P, brilliant, but I didn't play it last year, so not on this list. Next up, this is how you do a remake. Dead Space remake. The original Dead Space was so good back in the day, and it's what Resident Evil. When Resident Evil started to stray a bit, this came out, and it was just, it's brilliant. It's just Resident Evil in space, and yeah, I played the original. I loved the original, and the remake just did it all the justice it could do, and it's such a shame we're not going to get any more remakes of it, because 2 was brilliant as well. 3 was alright, I mean, it wasn't great, but I still enjoyed it. But 2 was brilliant as well and deserves a remake. Next game I played was Alan Wake Remastered. Now, this is a solid 8 for me. This is a brilliant, brilliant game. It's got a weird story, it's a bit hard to follow, but the lucky thing is that it does one of the best things in gaming, and every other game should do it. when you start a new chapter, it has a recap of the last one. So it keeps you up to date, and it's like as like a previously on thing, not as if it's a TV show, and it does that for every chapter you go through. And more games need it. I can't stress that enough. And this is why the next one on my list is getting a knockdown, and you'll understand why in a second. But yeah, Alan Wake Remastered. I love the original. Played it back in the day when it came out. It was like one of the few people who bought it, as well as Red Dead Redemption, because I think that's what hurt it. I think it came out, if I remember rightly, like within like a week of Red Dead Redemption, and that's why Alan Wake suffered a little bit back in the day. But the remastered is brilliant, and if you haven't played it, it's dirt cheap. Go and get it. It's great. Next, and this is see, Alan Wake Remastered was an 8, and I'm going to give Alan Wake 2 an 8 as well. Now, Alan Wake 2, graphically, one of the best games I've ever played, like for looks wise. The story's good. The only thing with the story is that it's because the game's quite long. Like the standard playthrough is like close to 20 hours, so it's hard sometimes to keep up with the story. So the reason why it's getting knocked down is because in the first game they had the previously on thing, like I just mentioned, but they don't have that in Alan Wake 2, and it would have benefited it so much more. Yeah, so it makes it feel a little bit longer than what it needs to be because of this, because you're trying to puzzle the things in your head. If you play it on Wake 2, you're going to understand what I'm going to say next as well. And it's got one of the weirdest yet best levels in gaming you'll ever play. And it's the one where you're going through a level and it's basically like a rock opera going on at the same time. If you haven't played it or you don't intend playing it, at least go and watch a video of this, because it's just madness. When it first comes on, you're just like, what is this? But it's great. So yeah, Alan Wake 2 for me gets an 8. Now, next on the list are both Doom. Now, I'm going to say one is better than the other, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one because I've seen it loads. Now, I think the better one, and they both get an 8 in my opinion, but the one that I think slightly better is... Sorry, no, they don't both get an 8. I'm lying. Doom the Dark Ages gets an 8 for me. It's a solid game, great combat. The shield, people moaned about the shield. The shield's great. It's like Captain America just flinging him around, picking him off people. No, he's well good. And yeah, I love it. I love the setting around it. I love the medieval thing around it. It was a good change in my opinion. And yeah, just again, some of the thing probably went on a bit longer than what it needed to be. That's the only reason why it gets an 8 as a first-person shooter. But in my opinion, it's better than Doom Eternal. And this is the next on the list. Doom Eternal for me gets a 7.5. And the reason for this is because the first time I played it, I played it on, I think it might have been hard or normal that I played it on. I can't remember. It was one or the other. And I got to the second to last level, and there's a bit where you're in like an hotel, and just there must be about 50 or 60 guys coming at you, and you just keep coming and coming and coming and coming, and you just run out of bullets. And it just made it so hard, but not to the point where it's hard, but fair. It's just like frustrating. And it's one of the only few times I've actually changed the difficulty. Now, I changed the difficulty down 1, and then I completed the game. And then I went through the game again on the same difficulty, and it was great. It was really good. I liked it. But I still think Doom the Dark Ages is better. Now, next on the list, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Played this earlier in the year. It's great. Gets a solid 7.5 for me. It would get more, but it's not as memorable. It doesn't stick with you. There's like 2 things that stick with me. There's a bit where you're on the speeder bikes and your guy grabs a stormtrooper and he throws him in the air. The stormtrooper and a TIE fighter just goes right into him. That's pretty cool. And the fact that one of the missions leading to a fight with Boba Fett, and everyone loves Boba Fett. So yeah, they're the great things about it. Story, it's a bit iffy. I mean, I knew who the bad guy was quite early on, and the twist I figured out very early on. I won't mention it in case you've not played it, but it's still a good game. I think one of the other problems is it tried to be a Souls-like too much, and it didn't have to be. And I think that's where as good as the combat is, it kind of suffers a little bit because of that. So yeah, solid 7.5 for me. Next up, and this one was a bit of a bummer for me because I expected it to be so much better, and it is Kazan, the First Berserker. It gets a 7 for me, and I played it on a free play day on Xbox, and it really grabbed me. I played about 5 or 6 hours of it, and I was like, whoa, this is well good. It started off in the snow. The look of it's great. Like the anime kind of art style is just brilliant, and the combat felt pretty good. And then the bosses were good, and this, that, and the other, and the outside environments were good. And then about 10 to 15 hours in, you're in caves for a lot of the game, or inside stuff. And it just, yeah, it kind of killed it for me because it is good. But the art style, especially, is very good. And then it just puts you in caves. It's like, no, we don't need caves for the next 30 or 40 hours. So when it's outside, really good. Some of the boss battles, really good. Combat is good, but then it just goes on as you get into it. It just feels a bit too much repetitive. And people say Souls, like for me, it felt a bit more like an old school God of War game. If you played the very first God of War games, you understand what I mean in terms of combat and this, that, and the other. The bosses, yeah, feel a bit Souls like, but I would lean more to be like an old school God of War like, I guess. So yeah, 7 for me. AC Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, I only played this a couple of months back, so I played it after the patch and stuff. But yeah, when it first came out, it was very clunky. It was just like basically like every Ubisoft game when they come out, they're just terrible. You don't buy them day one. that you should be noticed by now. But yeah, it was good. It was alright. I mean, the things I do like about it is that it's a bit more condensed. Because we've got the RPG Assassin's Creed. I did like them, but it's just like too much going on. I think like Valhalla took me something like 130, 140 hours or something. It's a good game, but it's just like there's so much in there that just doesn't need to be in there. Just to like maybe justify the size of the map, I guess. But yeah, this being more condensed, it felt more like old school Assassin's Creed, like when they first started. So that is a good thing about it, and I hope they stick to that a bit more because yeah, this bloat basically of the RPG ones. There was bloat, and this doesn't really have that as much. So they're the bonuses of it. The free running's pretty good as well. The combat is a bit simple, but it's all right. It's not groundbreaking, but it's all right. The story, yeah, it's not very memorable. But the twist in that as well. There's a twist in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and I noticed that quite early on as well. And probably everyone did, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think it would have took you more than 10 or 15 hours to get it. So yeah, good game, solid 7. What can you say? Next up, Callisto Protocol. Again, this gets a 7 for me. I liked it. I didn't understand the hate for it. It got so much hate, and I think people just wanted it to be Dead Space too much, and it wasn't. I mean, it's close to it. The setting's pretty good, like on a prison and this, that, and the other, and it's as visceral as Dead Space, and you can tell it's been made by people with Dead Space. I mean, and the graphics really good, especially in your main character. Like the beads, sweat dripping down him, like the facial expressions, everything good. But again, this this follows the same thing as Assassin's Creed and other games. The story, it's just all right. It doesn't stick with you, and then it just gets a bit silly near the end. Like to justify a boss, I guess. But yeah, good game. I played it on Game Pass, and if you see it on Game Pass, like it comes at cheap, yeah, I'd recommend it. I would definitely would. So yeah, 7 for me. Next up, Gears of War Reloaded. Now this one, God, this one killed me because I love Gears of War, right? I played them all. I mean, I even kind of liked, was it Judgment? I don't remember much about it, to be honest, but Gears of War Judgment, I remember at the time it being half decent, and people back then were slating it, and I was like, it's not too bad. But yeah, Gears of War Reloaded, when it was announced, I thought, this is pretty good, this, because we're going to get it updated. and it's going to bring more people into it, and then we'll have the whole trilogy like made, and it'd be great. But they didn't do anything. They basically just did Gears of War Ultimate, which came out. I'm sure if it came out when the Xbox One first came out, which is when we're talking about 8-9 years ago or something stupid. It might even be longer, I don't know. But I was playing Gears of War Reloaded. I'm thinking, it's just the same. Like nothing looks different or feels different. And I purposely downloaded Gears of War Ultimate to check it, and it's just the same. It's the exact same game. It's so lazy, and it's such a shame because it went over to the PlayStation as well, and they could have brought people from there. And when Gears of War either comes out, for instance, next year, it's gonna sell loads. Or Gears of War Reloaded could have sold loads, and they could have made 2 and 3 and the whole trilogy like as a remake, and it'd be great. But I can't see that happening now. So for me, it gets a 6.5. Now, if I've never played Gears of War at all before, it would get an 8, a solid 8. The good thing about it is that my son's old enough now, so I could play it with him. My son and my daughter were playing co-op with them, and that was pretty good. Now, things like that were good about it. So if I hadn't played Gears of War before, it'd be a solid 8 or 9. But because I have, and because it just felt like they just done something lazy, it gets a 6.5. Next one is RoboCop. I was a bit worried about this because I'm a big RoboCop fan. Like back when I was a kid, I loved RoboCop. I like the cheesiness of it, and like how violent it was, and just it's just the fun and stupidness of it sometimes. Now, I will give it one thing, RoboCop. It does kind of capture the old feel of the films, and it has like little things in it that are good. Like you get an achievement for shooting someone in there, down there. So if you've watched the films, you know what I mean. So that's pretty cool. That's a good little nod. Now, the good thing is about it is like it does feel RoboCop, right? But the bad thing about it is that kind of contradicted this, but it does feel RoboCop. Like the voice acting is just terrible, but I think they've done that on purpose, so I kind of give them a bit of leeway. But the worst bits about it are the little side quests. Like the side quest where you have to go like get a guy a towel, like when he's in the shower, like when you're in the police station. There's another one where I feel like you're trying to find a cat in a building. It's just like, what is going on here? But yeah, these things just take it away because it's quite decent. It's a good little 10-hour run. Like you get to fight things from the films and stuff, and the sound of your gun, like RoboCop's gun, sounds like RoboCop's gun, and that's pretty cool and stuff. So yeah. Oh, the other bad thing as well is the end boss, like the main boss guy at the end, you don't fight him. It's a cutscene, which is just like, what the hell? What is going on? You thought that'd be a good idea. So yeah, 6.5. Next one. See, this is another one that I think might upset a few people, and it's Control. I've got good things to say about it, but I've got bad things as well. Is that when I was playing it, you can feel like it's playing it. It's kind of like an eerie feel around it, like something ominous is going to happen, like all the time while you're playing it, which is pretty good because I've never experienced that before. That's like a weird. I don't know how they did it, but it's a weird thing that it puts in your head while you're playing it. So that's pretty cool. I did think the combat is a bit tedious. I didn't get any enjoyment out of it, and like the fact that I know you can change the adjusters, so your gun, like you got to reload it and stuff, but basically trying to make the game easier to make it playable, which is I didn't see the point of that. But yeah, the story's a bit weird, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's a bit let down by it, to be honest. So 6. But here's hoping the next one looks. Don't mean the next one looks good. So hopefully, whatever issues I have with the first Control, the second one is gonna fix, and I'm gonna love it. I'm looking forward to it. Now the last two on the list, you could put these in any order, but this is the order I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to justify one. I hope people agree with me. They probably won't. So next one is Black Ops 7. Now everyone hated on this game. For me, it's a 5.5, and the only reason it gets a 5.5 is because the multiplayer is actually pretty decent. It's alright. It's Call of Duty. It's what everyone expects now. Multiplayer is decent. They finally added gun game, which I never understand why they don't start from that from the beginning. Because it's easily one of the best game modes on there. But the campaign, I mean, what could I add to it? Everything bad that has been said about the campaign has been said. I mean, you fight Stranger Things looking tree things, for God's sakes. I mean, things have got health bars. When it's just so bad. It's so bad. You don't need me to ramble on about it. You probably heard a million bad things about it. Now, the last one, and this is the one where I think people will be like, oh, don't know about that, because when I see reviewers, they all give it good score. I've not seen a top reviewer give it a bad score. I hate it, and it's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This gets 4.55. It just gets whatever bad score I can give it without being ridiculous. I would. So let's just say a 4, because I suppose it works, but it's just boring. I love Indiana Jones, but it's just, it feels boring. I don't know why. It started off great. I thought, I knew I wouldn't like it before I even played it, right? Because of who's making it and because of what it looked like in the trailers. And then I thought, I'll just give it a chance. It's got good reviews. Hopefully I'm wrong. Now the start of it, it's alright. Like when you're in the forest and stuff, it looks good. And then you go to the temple thing, like what you did in I can't remember which film it is. Is it Lost Crusade? Indiana Jones and the Lost Crusade? I can't remember. But when he goes in the cave and he grabs the statue and does that, and the boulder chase him and this, that, and the other, and that was pretty good. And I thought, oh, I might be wrong here. And then you get put in Italy, is it? Near the Vatican. You get put there, and it's just boring. You're just walking around, bored. Anytime you need to fight anyone, it's just boring. It feels like you're punching sponges, like when you're in a dream. That's what it feels like when you're punching things. And then you get to a point where you go on a blimp and it's third person, and it looks great. It just reminds you of like an Uncharted game. It just looks really good. And then it switches back to first person. You're in the desert. It's like, I've had enough. I'm done. I put about 8 or 10 hours into it, and I was just done. I just couldn't do it anymore. And oh god, it was so disappointing, because I grew up with Indie, I love Indie. I like all the films, even the bad ones, but I do like them. I like them all. And then this just, someone needs to take it off them and make a third person one. Just make it like Uncharted. No one have a problem with that. I know you want to do your own thing, but just make it like that. Tomb Raider or Uncharted or whatever along those lines, but do your own little thing with it, and everyone would love it. So yeah, that's my list of games. That's my ratings. Again, like I said before, let me know what your top 5 was and your worst 5 of the year, and I want to see what you come up with, and maybe put ratings on my games as well. But yeah, best game I played this year gone, Dark Souls Remastered, Expedition 33, and Wu Chang. They were my top 3. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.